Some practice questions for coding. From our previous video, you understand all the important concepts about coding in Python. Now, we will go through some interesting problems that you can solve with coding. Here we use some math contest questions to illustrate how to use Python to solve math problems. The first problem is from Grade 7 Math Contest. You need to figure out the nth number of a sequence, then sum them up. There are many similar questions in math. You can write similar codes to solve all those questions. Here is a recommended solution to the problem. Firstly, you need to define the function. The name of the function is Gareth_seek. There are three parameters. num_1 is for the first number, num_2 is for the second number, and num_of_items is for the number of items. We use three parameters, so that the solution can be more versatile. You can input any two numbers to calculate the sum of any numbers of items. Then, transfer the value to a new variable num. If num is less than or equal to 2, that's too easy and no need to calculate. So we return 0. Then transfer the value of num_1 and num_2 to a and b. The variable sum1 is the total value of the sequence. Now we only have two numbers, so sum1 equals to a plus b. Then, we have a for loop, to find the nth number of the sequence, and add it to the sum. We use a temporary variable called temp to store the temporary calculation. If a is greater than b, temp equals a minus b. If a is less than b, temp equals b minus a. Then, we need to change the two numbers. A becomes b, and b becomes the calculated number. Finally, we add the new calculated number to the sum. The variable sum1 stores the value to solve the problem. We call the function, and input all the parameters as described in the problem, and the return value is 64, which is the correct answer. The second problem is from Grade 8 Math Contest. You need to figure out the value of two variables that meet the requirements. There are many similar questions in math. You can write similar codes to solve all those questions. It's not easy to use math concept to solve those problems, but it's much easier to use computer to find out all the values. Here is a recommended solution to the problem. This is too specific, so we don't use a function here. Firstly, set up a variable to store the value of all viable combinations. The name of the variable is count. Then use for loops to find out the value of a and b. We don't know about the range of a, so we can assume a larger number. B is greater than a, so the range of b is from a plus 1 to 201. When a plus b is less than 100, and a and b satisfy the equation, we add 1 to the variable count. You can see, you don't need to write lots of codes to solve this complex math problem. The third problem is from Grade 9 Math Contest. This is a little bit complex. From simple reasoning, we know that when a equals b equals c equals d equals e, there is one valid answer. And it's not possible to have four numbers equal to 2023. So, the initial value of the count should be 1. Now, we can use for loops to find out the answers for the other three different situations. When b equals c equals d, a should be from 1 to 2022. E and d should be different and e is greater than d. When b equals c, a should be from 1 to 2022, d should be from 2024 to some large number. E and d should be different and e is greater than d. When c equals d, a should be from 1 to 2021, b should be from a plus 1 to 2022. E and d should be different and e is greater than d. Then, we calculate the total possibilities, which are stored into the variable count. Next, we need to calculate the sum of digits for count. Here we use a while loop because we don't know how big is the number. I is the quotient of the variable count divided by 10, and j is the remainder. We need to add the remainder each time, because this is the digit we need to sum up. Then, we remove the last digit from the variable count and do it again, until count is reduced to 0. The last problem is from Grade 10 Math Contest. This is quite complicated in math, but is much easier by using computer. Some simple code can help you find all the combinations of the 5 numbers. Since the numbers are greater than 2 and they are all different odd numbers, we can do some initial setup for those 5 numbers by using for loops. Then, we calculate the product of those 5 numbers. The number should be a 5-digit number. Next, we get each digit of the product. The first and the fourth digits should be the same, and the second and the fifth digits should also be the same. However, the first and the second digits should be different. If we find any combinations like this, we can add 1 to the total count. The code is running pretty fast, and the answer is correct. Now, you have better understanding how to use coding to solve math problems. Thanks for watching.